I'm going to give you guys a countdown, and then we will begin. You let me know when we're ready. Start from level 0, the first to get to 19. Don't start without my count. You get one chance. If you top out, it's over. All right, ready? Are we all in good position here? Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the key here in the early levels, as you can see, especially if you've been watching the Classic Tetris World Championships, it looks painfully slow. But the strategy here is to use the down drop as quickly and as often as possible to progress as quickly as possible so that you can get to level 19. Speaking of speedruns, did you see the individual that beat the Super Mario record the other day? He shaved off 0.2 seconds. I think it's 4 minutes and 55 seconds now. Incredible. So Frank is at level 2. He is the first one and only one so far. Still level 1. Looks like Justin has made his way to level 2. All of them now have made it. Some cleaning up to do for Justin. Oh, and that was an unfortunate drop there of the O piece. Frank has got a nice board. Svavar is ready for a Tetris. And there it is. Boom Tetris for Svavar. Frank, on the bottom left of your screen, is actually a former Nintendo World Championship competitor. Does anyone remember Terry Lee Torok's cummerbund from that tournament? I do. Frank is leading the way right now with 45 lines, but Svavar is leading the way as he's had more Tetrises. 72% Tetris rate right now. Another thing you'll notice is there's some new statistics. One of the reasons we wanted to do this Friday stream was because we wanted to test out some of the new statistics that we wanted to implement into the tournament this year in 2018. You'll notice TRT and a percentage. That means Tetris rate. So at what percentage are these competitors achieving a Tetris? Svavar, for example, is at 77%. How many BRN is a burn? How many lines have you had to burn before achieving a Tetris? Since your last Tetris, how many lines have you had to burn is BRN? There's a couple of other ones as well that we will keep secret, I suppose, until you see them tomorrow. There's also a drought, well, we've had that in the past, drought counter, of course. Svavar is leading the way. He actually has more points than the other three combined at this point. He comes to us from Iceland. He traveled here for this. He's actually a two-time Classic Tetris European champion and the reigning champion. So he is definitely, though you may not have heard his name often in previous tournaments, you may certainly remember his name after this tournament. A big international flavor this year at the Classic Tetris World Championships. And it has been said often, and we'll say it again, that this could be the deepest field of possible contenders that this tournament has ever seen. Players from Europe, from Asia, all around America, vying for the crown. So Justin doing a lot of cleanup right now. His burn rate is at 92 right now, so he's really trying to create a well here. He's doing a good job of getting the singles and doubles. Maybe with a little more cleanup, we'll be ready to create himself a nice well, but he still has got a little bit of a ways to go. Lars, on the other hand, just has that, and there you go. Now he's got opportunity to build his well on the left-hand side. He'll do so, burning a little bit there. Oh, interesting placement of his eye block, or his L block there. His eye block, pardon me. Misspoke. Meanwhile, Svavar is just cruising through 119 lines. He leads the way there too as well. 204,000 points. 77% Tetris rate. Make that 78%. That means that 78% of his points have been... lines, pardon me. 78% of his lines have been achieved via Tetris. We may have to change the amount of time that we use Boom Tetris for name because of this statistic now. The commentary might change this year, folks. You just never know. Hey, there's another baby. Hi, baby. Hello. Hi. Yeah, you're waving at me. Hi. I like your bib. Very cool. Enjoying Tetris. Chris's last name is Tang, right? Little bit of a spoiler alert here. Our main commentator, Chris Tang, is in the audience. And spoiler alert, folks, he got a haircut. I cannot believe it. For years, you have been used to the flow of Chris Tang, and now it's cut. We need to get to the bottom of this. Why did this happen? Maybe he's going to keep us in suspense until Sunday. We don't know. But it has been cut, folks. An era is over. The end of an era. How are we doing here? Svavar doing a terrific job of creating as well. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the eye tuck there. Jonas does that often in his streams, the eye tuck. A triple there for Lars, who's in a little bit of trouble there. He's just got a minor cleanup there. Meanwhile, well, finally a Tetris for Justin. Frank in good position as well. All four individuals now in six-figure scores. What are the other... So 10 minutes has elapsed. Is everybody ready? Okay. On go. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. The first person to 19 will advance. By the way, we're all getting rickrolled right now, if you haven't noticed. How dare you, Portland Retro Gaming Expo? Nice well being created there by Paul. Joseph has a terrific well going on right now. Boom, Tetris for Joseph. To quote the great Chris Tang. Joseph still with an outstanding well. And you can play this high because you are at level 0. Don't know if it necessarily suits you in terms of the speedrun aspect of it, but you can play there with less risk simply because you are playing at such a slow speed. Joseph at an 85% Tetris rate. Jessica with a little bit of cleanup to do, but nothing too damaging. Able to get herself out of it. A great well now. Waiting for that line. She's got a burn count of 13 right now. Little unfortunate there as she waited for that line. That's going to be a triple for Paul, meanwhile, who was hoping for a Tetris there. Has a hole at the very bottom of his well, or at the bottom of his wall. Joseph has some cleanup to do. So Svavar won heat number 1. Joseph, SQR, Paul, and Friday are playing right now. That's heat number 2. Alex, Green Tea, Patrick, and David McDonald are heat number 3. And then Kowser, Mike, Winzenek, I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. Robin and Chris Tang are heat number 4. Chris, are you going to do your own commentary? Should we just give you a mic and just do it yourself? One-handed Tetris speedrun? We should give you a cordless mic like to hang on your ear. SQR is flirting with death right now. He's got a burn there, but again, remember, this is a slow pace for these competitors. And there's your boom Tetris for SQR. He needed that line, and he got the line. Meanwhile, Joseph has a terrific well. Friday is out. Friday has been eliminated from competition. We are at level 5 right now. 2 minutes and 45 seconds have elapsed. Joseph with a Tetris. That L block, though, was just, unfortunately... Joseph has the lead right now and needed to do just a little bit of cleanup there, and he was second guessing the Z block there. T block in nice position. Now he's cruising. Let's look at Paul. Paul has a nice well forming. Decided to put that J block in position there. He is gonna burn an I block right there. He's putting his pieces in great position. He's just building high. That's a Tetris. Great positioning for Paul. He looks like he's in the groove. His well is very nice. Had to leave a hole open there, but it will continue on. Meanwhile, SQR has a little bit of cleanup, but he'll get a Tetris right there. His Tetris rate is at 44%. Meanwhile, Joseph leads the way with 61%. Ooh, a poor placement by Paul. He wishes he had that one back. He's going to need to do some cleanup, and he's high up already as it is. Joseph is at level 9. A great well being formed. Paul is in trouble at the bottom left. A drought formed for Joseph. He needs a line and fast. He's going to need to burn a couple lines. He gets that line. Boom! Tetris for Joseph. Meanwhile, SQR. Oh, no, Paul does not get to level double digits. He is out. It's down to SQR and Joseph. Joseph has some cleaning up to do. SQR looking to survive. Will get a Tetris right now. Joseph is way ahead. He's ahead by a Tetris right now. Now he's ahead by 2. He's running away with it, and he's got a nice clean board right now as well. Able to use the down drop at level 11. His drought is at 15. It's growing. Meanwhile, SQR with a Tetris. Great Tetris there as well. Another Tetris in tow for Joseph. He gets to level 12, 61%, and he will opt to create a Tetris. Well, he's Tetris ready now. Needing to burn is SQR. He's at 7 now. Burning there for Joseph as well, level 12. Tetris for Joseph. It continues on. He's at level 13 with a 61% burn rate. 5 minutes and 52 seconds has elapsed. Nice tuck there. A T tuck by Joseph. SQR will top out. It's now down to Joseph versus himself. What time will he get? Svavar got 10 minutes and 23 seconds. He has 4 minutes to spare right now. Another Tetris. Joseph will just take his time. Oh, he's not happy with that placement of his I block right there. 2 O blocks in a row. He will burn. If Joseph can get to level 19, he will go to the finals. If he cannot, then we will only have 3 or less in the finals. Another Tetris. 62%, 6 minutes and 45 seconds have elapsed. Another Tetris, level 16 for Joseph. The DJ playing CNC Music Factory. Not happy with that O block. Great T block save there. Nice cleanup. Great positioning. Joseph getting close to 19, 7 minutes and 35 seconds. 18, he is getting close. He's on pace to beating Svavar's time. Both of them already will make it to the finals if Joseph keeps up the pace. We are ready to stop the clock as necessary. He's just gonna singles to singles, and that is 7 minutes and 57 seconds. And that is now the time to beat, Adam.
That's a really fantastic time. I predicted that around 8 minutes would be the threshold for the top players, so that's going to be the time to beat.
Are you all ready? At level 0, first to 19 will make it to the finals. On go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And there we have it, Adam. And so begins our third of 4 rounds. It's always interesting, Adam, to watch.
It looks like Green Tea was having some trouble with his down button. I don't know if his controller... Now, Green Tea, is that your controller?
Is there a problem with the controller?
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's his controller.
If someone wants to swap him out a controller live, I think we can allow that. We can't start the match over.
Who has a controller that they could swap out? His controller's acting up a little bit here. Let's see if we can just quickly get him into the game again. Oh, it looks like he's back in it, though.
He's not out of this thing yet, but he needs help quick. Looks like Trey's going to give him a new controller.
All right, so this is our first live swap out.
Now,
if Green Tea wins this one, that's super impressive now.
So remember, I know we don't usually use the down button in the normal CTWC, but this is a whole new game.
Hey.
All right.
Now that's camaraderie. It would have been funny if that controller was even worse.
Now, as you can see, Alex has taken a big lead while all that shenanigans was going on. Because he just sort of has a Tetris buried that he didn't take, and he's been playing on the second half of the board the whole time. And you see he has about a... Oh, wait, now he's behind again. But he was really ahead for a second.
Adam, it's always interesting to watch players at this speed because you're not used to seeing them compete at this speed and
That's
just
right.
their thought process, because these players are used to making split-second decisions, and it's funny to see how they react when they have more time.
They can play much more deliberately. And they can, if they need to, take time on a decision, which is a totally different style.
Patrick with a great well. Doesn't opt for the Tetris there. Opts to continue to build. A nice tuck. Nice advanced move there.
A lot of you might be wondering, does it matter if you're scoring a Tetris because we're not playing for score here? Well, actually it does, because every time you do a line clear, it has a line clear animation. And the Tetris clear animation is the same length of time as a normal line clear animation. So if you were to get 4 singles, you've wasted all those seconds on animation that you wouldn't have. So scoring Tetrises gives you an advantage.
So Adam, just for those that are casual fans of Tetris or just stop to watch this, how does the level progression work? At what milestones are they getting to level 19?
Well, when you start on level 0, the game progresses as it was designed to progress, which is 10 lines per level. And so really, since there is a level 0, level 19 is effectively the 20th level to reach. And it is a very obvious milestone in the game to reach, and that's why I felt it would be a good speed run. It's sort of like, in a sense, it's like you've advanced to death mode, is one way of looking at it. And once you're in level 19, you can't control your speed that much, because if you try to play high on 19, you probably just are going to top out. So.
And of course, for those who have not played level 19 in the audience right now, that's when the speed of the game drastically changes.
All right. All our players hanging in there. We've got Alex with 64 lines, Green Tea with 55, Packy with 67, and Dave with 60. So that puts Packy in the lead, but not by a wide margin.
And he's got a nice well that he's creating here.
Alex,
so remember, it's 10 lines per level.
Alex just got over a 30-piece drought. But droughts, in a way, kind of help you because they force you to play high unless they kill you. So it's
which normally would happen if they're playing at the higher levels, of course.
Yeah, so this game is almost backwards. You want to push down. Droughts aren't that bad in this game. The only thing that's the same is that you want to score Tetrises.
For those who haven't watched the CTWC before, you normally wouldn't see this high of play intentionally.
Absolutely. If you're on 18 and playing as high as, say, Green Tea's playing, your game would be over. So it really provides us an opportunity to see a whole new style and a different type of death-defying game. I've seen players tuck pieces flush with the top of the matrix multiple times to the left, and you would never see that in a normal CTWC game. So it's a fun variation here.
Alex is halfway there. He's at level 9. The first one to get there. He's got an 82,000 score. His burn level right now is 18, but he's got a well, so he's just waiting for that piece. He almost is at drought territory right now.
Green Tea's in a little bit of trouble, and now his speed has advanced a little bit, so we'll see if he can dig his way out of this. And if he can, see, on level 8, he can shove that all the way over there. But if he doesn't get what he needs, he's in trouble. Oh, boy.
He tried his best to survive.
Let's give a hand to Green Tea.
Yeah, big round of applause for Green Tea. He suffered the controller issue at the beginning.
He came all the way from Japan to be here, and we couldn't be happier that we have all these international players. And he's another, I believe he's maxed out in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 times, so he's a legit contender here.
Talk to us about just the idea that so many players are maxing out so regularly. Max out, of course, is a score of 999,999. Can't get a higher score than that in this game, untouched, no game genie. Just talk to us about how routine it is now, how common it has become in just the level of play.
Yeah, well, when we began this project, some people doubted that a max out was even possible. When Harry first posted his max out on Twin Galaxies, it actually caused some controversy because people that were familiar with the game just couldn't understand how you could do that. And it was because people didn't understand DAS and they didn't understand how to control the pieces as well as our top players do now. But I think nowadays you see players from other game genres who are competitive gamers pick it up, and it takes them maybe a year and they'll score a max out, but a lot of that's because they can watch the YouTube videos online and learn all the moves. When you're in a vacuum in 1990, when you're Thor Ackerland, you're the only player that's as good as yourself. There's no one to look to. There's no tips online. He had to just figure it out. So it becomes this epic journey when you're in that vacuum. But now there's just hours and hours and hours of footage to review, and it really does make you play better when you watch the great players.
Just to reset and explain what's happening right now, we have a level, all of them essentially around are now at level 14, so they are 5 levels away.
Alex,
it looks like Patrick is leading the way right now. Alex has a drought. He's going to have to burn some lines, and he's finally got his line, but not for his Tetris. Meanwhile, David playing very well. He's got a nice low playing field. Patrick in the best position right now. He's developing as well very nicely. Tetris for Patrick.
Very close match. Alex just got the 16.
Tetris rate.
That's incredible. That's a great Tetris rate.
And to maintain that, especially as the speed gets faster, is very impressive.
That's right. That's right. And you'll see a Tetris rate of around 70%. You know, it's about usually as good as you're going to see in these early rounds. So 65 is close to perfect. And you see David has a beautiful wall, really high, really clean. He could use a little help with the right piece. He gets the J he needs. And there's the long bar for David. Oh, he chose to scoop it over.
A Tetris for Patrick. We're at level 17. Right now, we're at 8 minutes and 38 seconds. So we're wedged in between Joseph and Svavar's scores right now. Oh, no, David. Oh, David tops out at level 16. Round of applause for David.
He did suffer from 5 droughts, and ultimately that put the pressure on.
Tetris for Patrick. He's about to get to both of them are about to get to 19.
Only 2 more lines for Alex.
This is a race to the finish right here. Who will get to 19? Alex made it. Congratulations. And Patrick just makes it in hot pursuit. But Alex
had a brutal game with 10 droughts and a drought max of 33. Incredible. His Tetris rate was not very high. He only had a Tetris rate of 33% versus Packy's Tetris rate of 64%. And Alex closed that gap with playing very high. He played high most of the game, and the droughts actually pushed him higher than he probably wanted to be.
So very impressive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
I mean, technically we said start on go, and we haven't said go, so.
Oh, well, they got the drift.
Yeah, I think we got it.
I think that's it. Corion's starting off with a drought, but he doesn't care because he doesn't even want the long bar. He just wants to build up that wall as high as he can. See, Robin Mihara is nice and clean and high, and you saw he got the long bar and he passed up on the Tetris because people are trying to get their wall as high as they can. All right, Chris Tang with the Quake well, and he's going to slam that Tetris down. Tetris for Chris Tang with a 50% Tetris rate.
If Chris gets enough Tetrises in this game, maybe we can sell some Boom Tetris for Chris t-shirts.
That is my dream. The meme becomes even more meta with each passing tournament.
Boom Tetris for Chris.
And Corion really building high.
No, it's not boom. It's like bang Tetris for Chris. It's like a different word altogether.
Exactly, precisely.
Pow! Tetris for Chris. Actually, every Tetris we're going to give a different word.
Kapowie.
It's like 60s Batman. Zop! Tetris for Chris.
All right, now Mike is very low, and he just took a Tetris. And as we can see, Kowser, that's a... It's like Robin's out in front with 31 lines, but Mike Winzak has a clean
Tetris for Kowser.
And Mike takes the lead with 34 lines. Yeah.
Very high is Corion right now. Oh, he needed that line, and he got another one too. Well, he's not going to use it though. Meanwhile, Chris is doing some cleanup. Robin has a. He's gonna do the very slow tuck, the very slow T tuck.
Robin has a nice Tetris well underneath all that junk, and he's cleared it, but he's in an 18-piece drought.
So 2 minutes and 22 seconds have elapsed. Just a reminder, Svavar, Joseph, and Alex all have made it to the finals. They will be joined by our last competitor, whoever wins this one. The first one to level 19 wins. If none of them make it to level 19, then we have a 3-person final.
That's right. You have to get to level 19 or you're disqualified. And Corion's out in front with 54 lines, but Robin has tied him with 54 lines. However, Corion has the bigger stack, so he's a little bit ahead.
Nice placement by Mike. He's got a nice well right now. He is Tetris ready. And Bazinga! Tetris for Mike.
Corion way up there again, and boom, Tetris for Corion.
You mean Kowser.
Kowser, yes. All right, and Corion out in front with 68 lines. He's about to transition to level 8, or 7, sorry. Now, level 7 is notorious for its ugly color scheme.
Mike with a very impressive 67% Tetris rate.
We've got a lot of high Tetris rates here. In fact, Corion's at 66%. And Chris Tang's at 60%. So good Tetris rates all around.
Tetris ready for Corion, for Kowser, I should say. He is Tetris ready. No, he closed it off. Meanwhile, Chris is Tetris ready. Chris is Tetris ready. And biff! Tetris for Chris.
Corion way out
Zap!
in front.
Tetris for Chris.
Tetris for Corion with 87 lines. He's got a 10-line lead right now, and that's because he's stayed high and he stayed clean. And as we all know...
Another Tetris, dual Tetris is for Robin and Chris.
Corion's in level 9.
Chris
the
is
speed starts
Tetris
to
ready
pick up.
again.
Now, we'll see if players can modulate their height as the, pieces go down faster.
Now, Corion is in a tough situation. He's level 9. He's in a position to need to burn now, but he's very high for level 9. He's high. I mean, he plays fast, but he's got some burning to do. Oh, he wanted that. Oh, the line came just in time.
And Robin's the second player to reach level 9 with 95 lines. He's
incredible.
Out in front. So Robin's still in this. The other guys are starting to lag behind Corion a bit too much, but we'll see what happens.
Mike with a little bit of cleanup. Chris is in great position.
Corion with a 56% Tetris rate, so it's not all about Tetris rate. It is about how high you're willing to push it. Robin on level 10 with 103 lines. He's about 14 lines behind Corion.
Bink! Tetris for Kowser.
Kowser just flying through this.
Another one. Oh, didn't go for it. I was ready.
And what was our best time so far? That would have been...
7:57. Right now we're at 5:14.
So it could be a battle between the hyper tappers because Joseph Salih had that 7:57, and now Corion looked like he's going to give that a run for its money. So let's see.
Tetris ready right now is Doogie Kowser, MD. Well done.
Mike transitions to level 11 with a 57% Tetris rate.
Corion running away with it though. He's at level 13 right now.
He's out in front by almost 20 lines.
Look at his score, too.
Holy cow, with a great score to boot. He's going to be tough to beat, you guys. And this is still a very comfortable speed for Corion. He looks like daredevilish to a normal player, but he's just sleepwalking through this. It's easy for him.
Incredible. We're only at 6 minutes as well. 7:57 was the record by Joseph. Boom Tetris for Kowser.
4 more levels to get through for Corion to get to the finish line. Robin with a respectable score, but this gap is just getting too big. It's going to take a miracle to catch up to Corion at this point.
It's going to take more than a feeling, I'll tell you that much. Boom, Tetris for Kowser. He's at level 16, folks. He's run away with it. He's got the well. He's also got the touch.
And you can see now that he's on 18 speed, which really level 16 is when 18 speed begins, he's playing a little more conservatively, but he also knows he's so far ahead he doesn't need to push it. The other guys really need to push to the very top if they want to have a chance.
Nice well, nice opposite side well for Zip! Tetris for Chris.
Wow, Corion only 14 lines away.
Corion's running away with it, my goodness. Just his placement is it's as if it's computer generated itself.
It's a thing of beauty. Watching him stack,
Look at
it
that
doesn't get much better. Boom, Tetris Corion. He only has 8 lines left to finish. He's on time to beat Joseph's score. He only needs 3 more lines. 3 more lines. Will he beat Joseph's score?
Well, he's got a single to go, and here
And
it is. Boom.
725.
725 for Corion for
Amazing.
Cowser.
That's the highest score by 30 seconds, or the best time, I should say. Congrats. So you guys, we're going to take about a 2-minute break, and then I need the top competitors to come and get ready. That's Svavar, Joseph, Alex, and of course, Corion.